I put a lot of time and thought into drafting out this list because I just don't want anybody to be in the same predicament as me, right? If Janae now in her 30s could have told Janae in her 20s something, it would have been, girl, like, but thank you for coming back, and I'm just going to talk to you guys about how to kind of like take charge of your life. And these are just simple tips that I started to implement in my 2024 that I feel like have made a significant impact for me so far. There's a lot of things that I'm still working on, obviously, but as always, I just want to chat with you guys so we could try to see how we can get back into like the right relation, especially since the new year is so new. You know, your life shouldn't be, you know, falling apart already by the end of January. Let's dive into a few things that are very simple that I think you can start implementing to get away from having a bad year. I think you can honestly start and benefit by implementing like a small daily habit. I think a lot of times people will try to like, you know, go too far and implement too many healthy things at once. Start with one daily habit. One thing that I have started doing was I stopped eating late at night. Like I would be in the bed at like 8, 9, 10, 11, sometimes even 12 a.m. just snacking away, having some Funyuns and having Funyun. And that was cheesy. Just having some Funyuns and different snacks that I had no business eating. And night eating is honestly pretty bad for you, especially if you don't have no reason to be eating. And it was making me sluggish. It was affecting how I would sleep. It was affecting my mornings too. So that's my one habit. So I don't know what your habit's gonna be, but start small and just make small daily changes with little things that you won't miss in your routine. And I guarantee like you'll already start to feel better, because with me not eating at night, I'm not waking up super hungry anymore. I'm sleeping a little bit better. It's still a work in progress. I'm not about to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you that I'm waking up super zapped up. But I feel proud of myself that I'm disciplining myself to get away from that. And the way I did that was like I went from 9 to 8, and I'm somewhere between 8 and 9. It's not perfect yet, but I have not eaten past 10 in a long time, and I already see a huge difference just by doing that. I think a digital declutter is another good idea for you, especially if you're somebody that is like a memory hoarder or you have a lot of old emails and files on your computer. If this is your year where you're like, you know what, I'm going to get it together and I want to start doing some other stuff, and maybe even content creation or building a brand or just getting your life together, you work remote, whatever your office space, you need to take some time out to, you know, clean up your files and stuff. And don't underestimate this, because clutter itself is already not good for you and your environment, because they said that if you have like a cluttered environment, you tend to have a cluttered mind. So one of the things that I implemented was just going through my different emails and deleting old files. Like I have 3 different email addresses, and one of the email addresses had like 3,000 files of nothingness. And I just went through and finally deleted it. For those who might do content creation, I have hard drives and memory cards. I started going through those and deleting some old footage that I didn't need, renaming my files, storing them properly. And I don't know if this is something that can work well for you, but digital declutter is good. If you don't have a digital cluttering problem, then declutter your house, organize your space. I feel like once you organize your space and change it around and have fun and make the environment fun for you to like enjoy wanting to walk in and create or work in it or work out, whatever it is that you like to do from home. But if everything's all tore up around you, it's just going to lead to like chaos. You're not really going to be able to focus. And if you have been able to focus in that environment, then kudos to you. But I don't want you to keep thriving in that environment. If you've been doing good in that environment, you probably do even better in a cleaner environment. So clean up, declutter. For me specifically, it was a digital declutter. But if you want to just clean your space, clean your space. Another thing is to try a fun challenge. So for me personally, I'm always involved in some sort of learning research project. I'm honestly shuffling in between jobs right now, and in between that process, I'm always trying to work on something or be creative or learn something. And I'm honestly getting filmed out and project out, and I just want to venture into doing something else. So I think I'm going to challenge myself to find some new places that I'm going to, look towards going out to, once my money's back, right? And I think that is good for you to find a fun challenge, something that'll push you a little bit out of your funk or your comfort zone or whatever zone of whatever sort you've been trapped in lately that's keeping you from really just enjoying the year so far. It might not be panning out. You can take me for example. It's not panned out at all. Like, I made a great plan for 2023 to set me up for success in 2024, and it is not going at all. So I needed to take a break from all the planning and the thinking and just do something fun. This one is a very free and underrated tool. Breathe. Right? I know that sounds easier said than done, but there's a lot of us walking around that aren't even breathing correctly. We're like walking around half holding our breath. I'm not a scientist and I'm not going to get into the data and all that, but they said that something as simple as breathing correctly could reduce stress, increase your mental health. It can improve a lot of things for you if you just took some time out to breathe. I'm noticing lately that a lot of people aren't big on meditation and stuff like that, and that's perfectly fine. But just sit down and find some time to take a breath. Like, I feel like when we tense up, we tend to like kind of hold our breath a little. And I feel like breathing is going to force you to focus and be aware and pay attention. So if you're always on the go, if you're somebody that's busy, you're grinding, you're working, whatever the case is, we all have our different things that we're doing. Take some time out at the end of the night when you're laying down. You get off the phone, turn the TV off, and just try to breathe. Connect with other people. Find a good social circle, people that can be of reinforcement, people that operate within your best interest, right? Connection and support is not the first person that's going to pick up the phone. Connection and support might be that person that you don't even talk to often, or an older person, or people that you feel that you should have taken the time to check out on. Calling your friends or loved ones all the time might not be the best idea, especially if these are people you tend to argue with, or you have friction with a lot of the times. Then that's not really connecting. That's not really finding you a support circle, right? That's just you dealing with the days in and out of keeping in touch with the people you love and care about that frustrate you. When I say connect and I say seek support, I'm saying go outside of your comfort zone to find people that you can talk to, that really understand your circumstances and what you're actually going through. I've found out for me a lot in the past that the people I wanted to really talk to weren't always the people that understood, where I was coming from or what I wanted, and didn't always have my best interests at heart, respectfully, because we're just people that may be on two different pages or thought process and doing different things in our lives. So I started to find people that I can actually talk to. So I'm like cheating on the people that think that I talk to them. And I'm talking to people that really support, how I feel, how I think, my dreams, my goals, and they're not judging me or telling me that I'm spending too much time pursuing the things that I like and trying to discourage me from doing the things that bring me joy because they're lonely or they want company or they just want somebody to sit on the phone with. So that is very important. Make sure your support circle is actually supportive. I think that is something we don't do. We find a support group of people that we just like venting to and talking to, and that sometimes isn't always the best. And I myself can acknowledge that I'm not always the best person for you to come to, talk to, and vent to, because I have my own stuff going on, or I might not agree with you. I might not tell you what you want to hear or what you think I should tell you if I disagree very strongly with something you're doing, especially if it's something that's not even good. So if you need that support, I'm not saying go find somebody to lie to you. I'm saying find somebody of equal caliber who's going through what you've been through, or who's gone through what you've gone through and have found a way out of it. Try to stay away from just going in a circle with your problems, right? You're just calling people and you're just talking to whoever will listen about your problems. Because what is that really going to solve? I mean, if that venting is doing something for you, is keeping you from knocking somebody out or something, then, good for you. But I eventually would like you guys to solve your problem. So that's why the channel was actually called The Venting Bear, because I started it to vent. I started it to rant. And I was like, how about I not do that? Because they actually said that there's no benefits of actually venting, right? And you guys will hear me talk a lot about two things, coping or dwelling. So venting is like in the middle. It's you still trying to decide what you want to do. And if you stay stuck on it, then you're dwelling. So now you need someone to kind of pull you into coping. So that's why I said to make sure your supportive circle is actually supporting you. Okay? That makes sense? Okay. So for this one, right, life could get crazy and we get caught up in the day-to-day, and who the hell is taking time out to sit down and reflect, right? When I say reflect, you're probably thinking about sitting on a mountain with a cup of tea or something. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if Sunday is that day. A lot of people enjoy Sunday as a day of relaxation, or at the end of the night when you're doing the breathing that I told you about, whenever. Take some time out when it's quiet and you're not distracted, and you're just really processing, how the week went or how the day went. And really think about like some areas or think about some areas of improvement or some challenges you experienced during the week, how you handled it, how you could have handled it. And I guarantee you, or can almost guarantee you, disclaimer, that you will start to gain a sense of awareness for yourself. You'll actually start to notice certain things that you said or did that could have been done a different way. And I think that when you just like keep plowing through life with a lack of awareness, you can't really grow, right? And if you're somebody who's here and you clicked on this video, it's because you have a willingness to move your life in the correct direction. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about self-awareness, because without it, you can't move forward. If something is always Billy Joe's fault or somebody's fault or somebody made you mad or they did this to you, you're going to stay stuck in a loop, right? If you don't gain control of your emotions, if you don't gain assertiveness with your decisions, if you don't gain confidence making your decisions by yourself, if you always need validation, right? Those are things that are going to slow you down. So try to analyze your week or your day or however often you choose to do this, and think about those areas where you could have made better decisions, you could have reacted differently to things, and try to figure out how you can improve it. And most importantly, if you clicked on this video, you have to actually improve it. You can't keep talking about it, right? So this year, we're not going to talk about it. And it's funny I say this to you, because I actually said this to somebody today. I don't want to talk about nothing. I just want to try to set those, goals or targets and just doop, like execute next, right? And it's not because I feel like I'm doing too much talking. It's because I'm tired, right? I'm tired of running into the same situations or problems or circles in my life. And I've sat down and I've done the self-work to analyze why I keep ending up in some of these repetitive, why I keep running into some of these competitive, I don't even know why I'm saying competitive, why I keep running into some of these hurdles. I wanted to figure out why I keep running into some of these hurdles. And once I figured it out and certain things clicked, I was like, okay, got it. So I eliminated certain behaviors and I'm working towards better behaviors. And so I'm kind of excited to take action. So that's why I said, don't just improve. That's why I said, don't just think about it, improve it, fix it. I'm not saying you're going to change overnight, especially if it's something that you're used to doing. But if you can acknowledge it and become self-aware of it, now you know that it's something that you do. So now it's time to make the changes and not the excuses, okay? I really hope that helped you guys. I put a lot of time and thought into drafting out this list because I just don't want anybody to be in the same predicament as me, right? If Janae now in her 30s could have told Janae in her 20s something, it would have been, girl, like you can make all the plans that you want to make, but if you're not executing the things on the list, if you're not making smart goals, if you're not being strategic, if you're not staying focused, if you're letting your moves dictate things for you, you are going to find yourself behind, facing some of the same challenges year after year. So I'm excited And I want you guys to have that excitement because this is your life. I'm always going to tell you this is your life. It's not Billy Joe's life. That's not Sarah's life. That's not Shaquan or Shaheem's life. It's nobody's life but yours. You can't blame nobody for driving you crazy if you don't open the door and let them. Like, remember the empty your cup video? Y'all opening the door, you letting people in, and you be like, this smoke came in here and made me mad. Yeah, they did, because you opened the door and you knew they was gonna make you mad. So let's gain ownership of our lives. Let's get it together. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. If you found that information valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been enjoying growing with you guys. I think I have 63 subscribers and I plan to get more. So I'll see y'all later. I'm out.